Hey, I'm James from J Technology, and we are here at the Red Bull Rallycross race here in Washington, D.C. We have a special guest, Tanner Foust. Tanner, we just have a few questions about technology and cars.
Sure. Yeah, shoot.
Technology, how has it evolved or how has it changed racing?
Well, I mean, in the scope of racing, I mean, there's no better place to, one, find the weak links in technology, automotive technology, than to compete with other brains, engineers, manufacturers, and see where you end up when the dust settles. So through the rigors of competition, personally, I believe it's really how the automotive industry really moves forward. And that holds true in Rallycross. We stress these cars. We run based on a Beetle, a Volkswagen Beetle. We have a, drivetrain, suspension, engine, everything at the limit. And we're squeezing 600 horsepower out of a 2-liter engine. We're limited by a restrictor, and there's a lot of things that keep the racing even. But we stress the components so hard to make these cars go 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds. They're sometimes 7-8 feet in the air and have to land a flat. I mean, they jump, they pull 2 Gs in the corners. I mean, they're really spectacular little cars. And if you're doing that by yourself, it would be amazing. But when you're doing it door to door and pushing your best efforts against the other manufacturer's best efforts, that's when you really have to evolve and innovate.
Yeah, because we noticed yesterday, I mean, you were flying. I mean, when you were on the straightaway, nobody was even close to you. I mean, it was fast.
Yeah, we do have good engines, which is important. There's a lot that goes into these engines. They're turbocharged engines, and if you've driven a turbo, you know that it's a chain reaction using the exhaust flow in order to increase the intake flow, which then increases the exhaust flow, and that increases the intake. So it's a chain reaction that builds. But we don't have time on the track to wait for that chain reaction to build. So we have an anti-lag system that essentially, when you're off throttle, it's still shooting some unburned or burned fuel through the turbo to keep it spinning with the flame. And so when you go to the throttle, you have 100% of the power, and that's incredibly stressful on every component of the car. And so to make these engines make so much power reliably and make them respond the way that you need to, again, every single year you see these cars becoming more and more reliable because they're coming up with new ideas.
So how do you see it in the future? Are we going to see, flying cars and races now, or?
I will say that I have thought about putting ailerons and elevators on a car, but that was a Hot Wheels jump I did, where we broke the world record for the longest jump. But you're limited by the rule book in racing, and so you can only you need to use all the technology that's available to innovate within the box that they give you, and that's as far as you can go. Some series allow a little more levity than others when it comes to what sort of innovations you can put in the car. For us, we have I think they're not software-wise, they're not super advanced cars, although the computers have to manage all that torque and power and fuel and everything. But we don't have traction control or stability control. We can't have wheel speed sensors, so the transmission doesn't know exactly how fast the gears are moving when you go to pull the next gear. So there's a lot of mechanical stuff that we have to work on here, but I think that just basically through racing, you're really able to push all those limits, though.
So what's after this? Red Bull in Seattle, and then what's Formula Drift? What's going on with that?
Yeah, so I'll do a drift car and a 900 horsepower Volkswagen Passat in Seattle, and also a Rallycross race in Seattle. Then we also have one in LA, and just a couple more Rallycross races this year. But yeah, so that's the season. I'm pretty lucky. I get to drive a bunch of different stuff. This is some of the most fun, though, just because the cars are so hyperactive. But yeah, the year's shaping up. I think, to answer your question, though, in the future, I think you'll see there's a big hit right now for automated races. I don't understand it completely, since there's no real risk, there's no person in there, but it is truly a battle of technology when you have automated races.
So you actually see that coming up in the future?
Yeah, I know that in Silicon Valley there's lots of people raising lots of money to make that kind of series happen. You already have Formula E, and you already have electric cars about to break the world record up Pikes Peak. And so there's a lot of places for some E technologies and for some automated technologies in motorsport.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, we'll see. It's coming though.
Okay, well, congratulations on your win yesterday, and thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, James.